I disappeared.
Live. Hey, y'all. I thought we got lost for a second.
I did too.
Digital universe.
We were kind of hoping. It was like, all right, drop the call.
All right, everybody. Here we are.
Yeah.
The three of us back again in black.
Yes.
I think we
Do
just
I
got
look pixelated to you? Is my picture okay?
Yep.
I was
Not
going to
really.
explain that if my picture doesn't look okay, it's because I'm still living in the swamp and we're still dealing with hurricane stuff. So not everyone's internet is up to par, including mine. So hopefully it'll work and I can stay on here. That's it.
Well,
What do y'all gonna say?
I think we're ready. I don't know. We need to know how many people are clicking on here, but
Yeah, I can't see, and I
there's
see.
your favor.
Hey, George. I don't see anything about people. I just see the comment info.
that's fine. We could keep just talking for a few till we get some more of your followers on there, since you have the most out of all three of us.
Chilly, snowy Ohio. Who's that?
Yeah,
Ken.
not far from us. Chilly,
Yeah.
chilly, snowy Indiana.
Yeah, what do we got? Let's check. Brownsburg, it's a nice 43 and sunny.
It is beautiful 70 degrees and sunshine over here. I don't know if it's actually 70, but it feels like 70.
Yeah, but you know what that means now for how it means in the summertime.
Yeah.
The 100,
right.
100%.
Actually, I just looked it up. It's 60 degrees and 100% sunshine.
So John just said he can't wait for the season to see what it brings. Neither can we.
Yeah.
I guess kind of a little different.
I get to stand on the starting line and critique these guys right and left.
I'm trying to open it on my phone so I can see how many people we got, but I can't tell. But anyway.
Hey, we got mission on board.
Hey, Taco Tuesday. Hope everybody's got their tortillas ready for tonight.
That was lunch today.
That's usually Tuesday lunch here.
I actually just got a box of fish and chips and a bunch of the protein tortillas and the low carb or carb balanced tortillas. So that's what we'll be
They're
eating.
on sale this week at Kroger. So if you go to Kroger, I think it's $1.99 for a chip bag of chips and tortillas, all that. So I just bought some. But I guess we should probably we could probably talk about the weather all day. But
yeah, exactly.
Rolling into 2022, definitely something different. Same thing for Angel, really. I mean, let's be honest.
No, it's not the same thing. This is a huge deal for me that Andrew is going to be on the starting line every single time I go down the racetrack. That's huge because a lot of the time you guys were both at the end of the track already before I got to run. So neither one of you would get to see me.
Well, you know what the benefit of that was? You were faster, so we were going down the track in front of you.
Richard just said he's really proud for Suzuki to be a part of it. I think we are too. You know, when you look at the history of Vance Hines, obviously it's something Andrew could talk about because really he lived it. Being in the family, Byron and Terry and all those guys, Terry, I mean, all his stories start with, when we were doing the Suzuki deal and when we did all that, so there's a lot of rich history there. And yeah. I think for us to continue it, I mean, one door closed, we had a great run with our past partners and everything was great for all three of us. But, here we are moving on to the future and, Suzuki's going to be a huge part of it. And I'm really excited to ride one of these things because, for years I've been told I couldn't win on one. And I guess we'll see if that can happen.
Oh, that's going to happen.
Yeah. I grew up around the shop, running around Vance Hines from I was a little kid. And, seeing 4 cylinders all around the shop was my mental picture of Vance Hines for so long. And, I started on a Suzuki. Hold on real quick.
So did I. Yeah. Still proud.
There it is. That was my first event back in Denver, Colorado, 2002. So that was my Suzuki days. But it's cool to come full circle again and have this opportunity. It'll be a little different stepping off the bike and watching these two go down the track.
And let's just say this way. I want to say it out publicly. I don't think you're officially retired.
No,
right?
I'm not done. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Let's just say that because everybody out there is probably going to say something different. And not officially retired.
Let's not forget, Angel's bike has foot peg locations for me to ride. So if the time comes in testing, I can always throw a leg over. There's enough weight we could take off there. But no, it'll be good. Like I said, full circle with Vance Hines and Suzuki coming back on board. So it's been interesting few months, trying to get Eddie's bike built up. This deal came about fairly late in the season last year, actually almost after the season last year.
Yeah. I mean, we started talking about it, but in reality, we didn't start my bike until
after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was like the first week of December is really when our guy Scott, we gave him, kind of clued him in, because we didn't really know the direction we were going yet. And we were unsure. Larry asking if it'll be an adjustment. Of course, I think it'll be a little bit. I've got thousands of runs on my V twin,
and he made 5 last year on Angel's bike. He made the first 3 shakedown runs last year in Bradenton, and then in Dallas he made a couple of test runs. And Eddie never got a fair shake last year because anything we were trying was pure test stuff. So he rode good. For running a V twin for 15 years and hopping on, he did a good enough job to see that he could just, knock the rust off and go back out there. So between the two of them, the thing I'm most excited about now is last year with Angel running the Suzuki all season long, I get to tune with notes this year all season long. So we know what the bike wants from racetrack to racetrack, and we know what air conditions want for that motor now. So last year was like a learning curve every race we went to, especially Eddie and I were running V twins. We only had Angel's bike to look at for data and trying to figure that out. So we'll be out there testing the week of Gainesville, which that'll be the 7th, 8th, and 9th down in probably Bradenton, Florida. That's typically where we've tested the last couple of years. We've topped over to Orlando Speed World a couple times.
It really depends on what the weather's doing. We send the truck south, and it's like, Ray, we'll let you know, keep going or not.
And we've been known to hightail it from one track to the next overnight because it's raining in one part of Florida and not in the other. So.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm most excited about is exactly like Andrew said. It's running multiple bikes now with that configuration. I mean, really, it's going to come down to where Andrew's going to have 2 sets of notebooks to look at. So every run down the track is not 1, it's 2. So you have a good qualifying session, you get 6 or 8 runs. That puts you way better going into race day. It's going to know, here's the direction we need to go. We're not going to guess. I think there'll be a lot more educated decisions on it. Both of our heads will be in a Suzuki mind looking at it and saying, okay, let's look at our race data and let's make the smartest decision. And I think that's only going to make us be better.
We just had Keith Dockerman say hi. He's one of our buddies from out in Denver, Colorado. That's another place
Barb.
Barb. So Denver's another place where, it's tough to get a tune-up on the thing. And last year we kind of threw Angel with the wolves when we got to Denver because we hadn't run a Suzuki up there since 2002, my first year. So that was a new learning curve, fuel injection up there for us. And the mountain can be unforgiving sometimes, but she came around the second hit after we got the engine sorted out and had a good weekend of it.
Well, I started on a Suzuki when I was 6 years old. That's where my motorcycle passion came from, was my little RM50 Suzuki. I started my NHRA drag racing career on a Suzuki, like most everybody knows, and did most of my career on a Suzuki. Ventured off to the V-Twins, was lucky enough to race with the Harley-Davidson team for a little while, but coming back to the Suzuki was like coming home. It's like, it's where I belong. It's what most people said. They, were glad to see me back on one. The V-Twins were difficult for me, but this is exactly where I want to be, is back on my Suzuki. I've had a relationship with Suzuki for several years. Back when I first started racing, I'm so excited to be back with them again. And I'm really excited that Eddie's going to be on the same motorcycle as well. So now, like you were saying, it was just me last year, and it was hard to really talk to you about, what I was feeling or what it was doing. But now that we'll have Eddie riding as well, he can help me, because I know you both know that I like to be coached. I want to be coached, and it'll be easier having someone else.
Hey, Joey.
Joey's busting in. That was one of our Vance Hines customers with Corey Reed Racing, Joey Gladstone. So, you'll be able to bounce ideas off Eddie, but also we work so closely with a lot of our Vance and Hines customers. We got Joey and Corey on the Reed Racing team. Hopefully Corey will make a good comeback this year after his unfortunate circumstance there with Charlotte and getting off the bike.
Yeah, I think once he's ready,
Yeah.
for sure he'll be back and getting his stuff fixed up. Kelly.
Yep, Kelly Klontz, and we got the War team with Jerry Savoy's team. I'm not sure who they're running and when they're running this year, but they'll be out there with Vance Hines 4-valve engines. There's a handful of people that have
I'll say it. Matt
stuff.
Smith is out there he's got some Vance and Hines stuff, and
Yep. And Gianna Salinas, Jimmy Underall team with them working out, so they'll have Vance and Hines power options over there too.
Yeah, we did a pretty cool contingency program this year, and we actually had that contingency program going in place before we even knew what was going to happen with Suzuki or anything along those lines. I mean, it's really about rewarding your customers and everything for the guys supporting us. We appreciate it, but we're really going to put forth a pretty serious effort, I'd like to say, in our program. I saw one of the guys, I don't remember the name, but
asking about Matt.
No, asking about a V-twin. If the V-twin days are over. I wouldn't say they're over. They're just not right now. It's about development and moving forward. Suzuki has a great interest with the 2022 Hayabusa coming about. Touching base on that, we're going to work on a 2022 Hayabusa body. I really can't wait for us to have an Andrew designed body on these bikes. And, Andrew's going to be the one spearheading that program and working with Suzuki directly. That's an exciting part for us because it shows that our partner really wants us racing what they are selling. And that's a huge part of it. Right now, I think with NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle, we need to have active partners, active supporters, active manufacturers in the class. It's the only way it's going to help grow it. I don't want to sound like my boss, Terry Vance, but when you look at this, it's like you got to have like a 5-year plan in place, and we got to look ahead to the future. We know what's going to happen this year and next year. I mean, that's all short-term stuff. Guys are going to go race, but really we got to see where this class is going to be in 3 to 5 years. And, getting to motorcycles that are actually being produced and being raced that, run side by side with each other. A manufacturer support is huge. We need it. We need more manufacturers involved. Hopefully that evolution comes and we continue to grow the class. But I'm excited. I think this is a huge deal. Suzuki's been out of it for a little while now, and for them to partner with us is it's exciting. It's a great thing.
Saw my mom and dad just a little while ago commenting.
What do you think the biggest difference is between a Harley and a Suzuki? Well,
it's been
2 cylinders.
It's been a long time since I rode one.
Same thing.
I know the first time I rode my Harley back in 2003 testing, I set my head down on the gas tank after I popped the clutch, and I literally saw just a blur. Over time we got used to it, making run after run after run, and obviously the engine got better after years and years of development. Didn't shake as much, but I just remember the smooth feel of the Suzuki versus jumping on the V-twin was just a violent shaker. And these two obviously have more relevant comparisons since they were racing. They've ridden both in the last couple of years.
Well, the interesting thing was, a lot of people don't realize it. I stopped racing I had Dave Schultz's Suzuki when he passed away, his Hayabusa. I was lucky enough to acquire that bike and got it to go racing. And I worked with his son, Brian. And unfortunately, we lost Brian in a bad car accident, and he lost his life. And me and him were putting together a program to try to go racing. And, that opportunity never came about. But in 2005, I got together with Pizza John, who
Eddie's bringing out the cobwebs here.
with Pizza John, and we were trying to go racing for 2006. I kind of did some testing. We did some stuff, and then 2007 we were going to go racing, and I got a call from, actually it was Terry, like I said, going back, and that was my last runs on a Suzuki before I rode on gels last year. Was getting on a Suzuki in 2006, November, Englishtown, testing on a closed day on a Monday. We tested the bike with hopes to go racing, and I got a ride on a V-Rod. That's my history.
Do you think? We hope so. I'm hoping that Suzuki's involvement will motivate other OEMs. I mean, that's what Andrew was just saying. We need them all out there. That would be great. To give Eddie some tips. Maddie trying to stir the pot.
I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take whatever tips I can get. She's got more experience. You know what? Again, you can't go into this. I have, like I said, thousands of runs under my belt on a V twin. You have to go into it open mind. You're going to learn every single lap, and you're going to get better and better and better. I don't care who you are, how many runs you've made. If you don't learn something throughout the weekend, you're not as, you're not as smart as you think, because you should learn something every weekend.
I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm still learning. That's why I'm excited to have you on one, so that you can tell me what you think. It's hard to tell you sometimes what I'm feeling and, what I'm thinking, or ask you, what should I do, when you're not on that motorcycle, and now you'll be on that motorcycle. So that's why I'm excited about it.
I think data and feedback is what's going to improve our program to the next level.
Yeah. I got a taste of standing on the starting line last year. Eddie and I didn't start the season until Atlanta, which was the third race in. So I got to have that little feeling of what it was like last year, looking at Angel every run and seeing what she was doing and critiquing riding and getting that, she was in more of a learning phase than I was, because I was still tuning the bikes the last couple of years. Eddie would work on his bike. I'd help him out looking over his shoulder. Then I was doing my bike and Angel's bike when we had the Harley program. But last year I got the taste of it. We were both standing on the starting line trying to see, what's this all about? And honestly, it wasn't too unfamiliar. We whatever we do, we put our mind to it and focus 100%. So, this is just a change of pace, but I'm looking forward to making sure these two go straight down the track and hit their shift points. Push and hold on Jill.
Yeah,
we were talking about that earlier today with a couple other people here. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. 20 years on the seat. I'll probably miss the speed, but it'll be a different outlook for me for sure.
You're not going to miss the race day. Like, oh, shit, I got this round.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still felt it last year. It was like the John Force says, it's the gut ache that you get. And I would almost get it more going up and watching you or her take your motorcycle up there for the next round, because of the involvement I had in the tune-up. Because when I was on the seat, I kind of, I had that extra control of my destiny, where now it's like, okay, my control is the tune-up and then making sure the rider's pointed as straight as possible. So we're going to see how my anxiety level is this year.
There's a certain sense of pride when the motorcycle goes fast, because it's like,
it's the ET that pops up on the board. Like, all right.
That's a rush.
Yeah.
That's a rush.
That was what we were aiming for. Like when she went 200 last year in Gainesville, we knew the motorcycle was putting up good ETs, and speed it's largely dictated by horsepower, but it's almost equally dictated by how straight the bike's going and how
quality of a run,
how good the quality of run is. So you can make or break 2 miles an hour in the last 300 feet pretty easily. So when that 200 popped up on the board, that was our goal for that weekend, was to knock that out of the park. She got it done.
Yeah, it was definitely some cool high points last year, and we're looking to build on that. I mean, that's our goal.
I just got a text message from Billy Godbold at Comp Cams. He said, "Congratulations on the promotion and being able to eat like a human again."
I didn't even think of that part.
Yeah.
And Eddie already eats whatever he wants, so now you can eat whatever you want.
Mine's gone the opposite way, so. So
that is the one.
I'm back on the salad diet.
Yeah,
salad diet, and lose a bunch of weight, and I'm doing that, and I've knocked off a good little bit. I feel like I'm getting better and better and better every week. So, I know I am, but just working on that. But I think the fun part is really for Andrew and my aspect of it is it's something different, right? I mean, it's just something different. We built a new bike for me this year. It's going to be, I'd say, pretty innovative on the chassis side of it.
It's got some different technology that we've learned off of Angel's bike and incorporated into what he needs. And we'll be able to speed up engine swaps if needed for Sunday turnarounds. And we're able to change the wiring harness a little bit, make it a little more adaptable to add some different sensors that we need here and there throughout the year that maybe we don't need coming into the season. We can shed some weight off the bike.
Yeah, we're on for sure the development phase of it to make everything better, lighter, stronger. Jason Keller's asking if it's going to be GS or Hayabusa powered. Right now, it's pretty much based off the old GS foundation. You know, I don't know if the class is sustainable yet to do a full billet like race purpose engine. We're working on that. We've talked with that about NHRA, and we've been talking about that publicly about trying to do our own set of cases and really creating what we call an inline 4 purpose-built drag race engine. I don't think we're there yet, but it should be pretty cool, fun year. But going through the development phase, you know, that's Andrew's design and drawing. I mean, it was cool to make some different. We've been sharing it on our social media pages. Andrew's did some like different triple trees, different triple clamps. Really just trying to innovate some stuff. We've been stuck in a, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Been kind of blind to a lot of new technology.
Well, we happen to think a little bit differently. You know, Angel, with her frame and being as light as she is, you know, it's going to be the bigger difference between the two motorcycles this year. We're going to have to adapt to learn. You know, Eddie's not going to be able to get down that small. He's just going to be.
It's never going to happen. Unless I just cut my lower body off, it's not happening.
So we'll have to adapt to that, and you know, it may not 60 foot as good, but we'll have to figure out other ways to maybe make the chassis work a little better, and that's why we've gone down the road with some of the chassis changes we've done for his bike.
I think really our goal is if we can go 105 a little more consistently. That's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
Trying to be able to go 105.
We had Angel going that last couple races last year. I finally told you be ready. We're trying to throw you off the back. We knew the countdown was among us, and it was time to get going. So Pomona, we really wicked it up, and you know, it was the crunch time. And luckily, the bike was responding, and I was learning, you know, all throughout the year what I had done along the way to make the bike 60 foot and what wasn't working. And finally just put that whole package together, and it was going 104s every lap.
We got greedy in Gainesville. We started going 103s and 104s early, and then it was like,
we're like, oh, this is easy.
we were like, oh, we can kill it. Let's kill it.
The track got greasy, and that one got away from us. She had a killer light that round in Gainesville, and it got away. But Pomona, you know, the bike was on pace to go almost break the national record that weekend. So we're coming out strong this year. I'm excited about how well we run early in the season. Weather conditions just dictate well to how we run the motorcycles. So it's not long. You know, we're counting down the days. We got one month till we need to load these things up and go.
Yeah, like 20 days or something like that. I'm a little nervous about it, actually.
What are you nervous? Are you feeling pressure? You got more pressure on you now?
It actually is more pressure. Well, first of all, I usually am, you know, got to get the butterflies out when we get back on the bike after being off of it for several months. But yeah, I mean, there's only 2 of us to get the job done now, so it's gonna be, you know, can't be making mistakes.
You're overthinking this. It's simple. You just go out there, be, you know, on the opposite sides of the ladder, and then you have all the potential in the world to try and meet in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Seth was asking me earlier if, you know, how I was gonna feel.
Well, I guess
yeah, you can. Yeah.
Seth was asking me how I was going to feel about running against you on a Suzuki. And I said, I mean, Eddie usually brings out the best in me. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I've made mistakes against you. I'll never forget Indy. Mm-hmm. You took that win from me. That was supposed to be mine. But usually when I'm up against either one of you, I do a better job. So I'm looking forward to that happening a lot.
When you weren't on our team, it was rather unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. You know, I got told years ago when I got on the Harley team, it was to make him better. And I think it's going to reflect on both of us. I mean, you got to make me better. I got to make you better. And I mean, the way I'm looking at it is I'm ready. I'm ready to go on race day. I'm you know, I don't care what happens in qualifying, what it is. It's all behind you. I think you need to, you know, forward focus and worry about that round that you're in at that particular point and focus on winning. And I think this year will be good. It's going to be a learning year. We're going to have to figure some things out. Main thing is, I think it's
a learning year for you. Me and her were together last year.
Yeah, exactly. but I think it's get some rounds under your belt, get an experience, get an understanding, learn the motorcycle, and learn the tune up, because we're two different sizes, and that is going to affect that no matter what.
Yeah, we saw it last year when he did a couple test runs. It doesn't respond the same.
Yeah, it doesnn't correlate
with you versus him, but it's also how each one of you lets go of the clutch and rides a bike through the first 5 feet. So your bike's capable of going 103s, and we're gonna do our best to make sure they can both get there.
Yep.
But
a lot of people that don't ride. I mean, there's a lot of people probably watching that race motorcycles. A lot of people that don't. The craziest thing about what we do to me is that 60 foot. I mean, when Andrew tells me, hold on, he knows it's going to run a good 60 foot. So hold on. If I'm not prepared in every single way for that bike to have a 103 or a 104, you can see it instantly. My whole body reacts differently. My head gets thrown back, my shoulders pop up, and I'm so off of my timing. And then once that happens to me, I'm off of it the whole run down the track. So that 60 foot mark is so important, especially when he hits the tune up the way he so often does. And it's trying to throw me off the back. So Eddie's used to that with the Harleys and the bikes he's ridden in the past. It's not a whole bunch different on the Suzuki, other than it's a little deceiving is what it feels like to me, where the V-twins, that really loud rumble kind of got your attention so much that you knew it was going to jerk you. And the Suzuki is so smooth, and the sound is just different. So it's a little, you underestimate it sometimes, and you pop the clutch thinking it's going to take off as smooth as it sounds. And that sucker just throws you back and slams your butt into the seat. And that's the hardest part. When I can master popping the clutch and keeping my body still like Andrew does, and Eddie, I'm going to be a thorn in your side when I can master that. So that's what I'm working on this year, because I know you do a better job at it than me most of the time too, but I'm going to get it.
Well, we're going to work on it. Going to work on making each other better.
Yep. It'll be good.
I'm pretty sure we'll Chris Watts is saying give Matt and everybody else some more consistent competition. I think we're going to be good at that this year. Once we learn, again, to me, it's not about how good you could be in the front half of the season. It's how much you can have your stuff together for the second half. Right. I don't really care. Really. I mean, I want to win every race. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want the wheels to fall off after Indy. That's the common saying. It's like you're really good, you're crushing it, and then all of a sudden, like, what the heck happened?
I'm going to try to be better at the end of the season. It was actually really fun last year when I finally started doing, a better job driving, and we got those 2 wins in, and I it should have been more. I still made some mistakes, but it was such a good feeling to get that motivation from mid-season on and do so well. So
Lonnie
maybe we can do it the whole year.
Yeah, Lonnie wants to know if we're going to be back in Bristol this year. Yep. And right now it's on the schedule. It's on the schedule for June 17th to the 19th. So I
really hope, from what we understand, they're doing a little bit of work to the track, and that'll help for sure. That I can't say it's going to help bikes go faster. I mean, hell, we went pretty set fast. The national record there.
Well, that was in October. We're going in June.
I know, whole different ball game. But the track's unique. I actually like going there. The facility's really cool. I love those oddball tracks. Like for me, the track that I love is I really love Denver and Sonoma. Denver, just because it's so unique. It's like that's the only track on the circuit that runs on the side of a mountain, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Sonoma. I mean, where else can you go and drive through, wine country and then run into a drag strip? It's really cool. So I guess we probably should start wrapping it up somewhere right around 30 minutes. Angel, you got anything? Anything you want to say?
We may have.
I think she's frozen.
Partially lost her.
I think we succeeded.
She's not happy with her internet right now.
That's a great face to just be like, it's like,
That's a frustrating face right there. That's like, all right. But for the people still out there, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it here at Vance Hines. All the followers that you guys, all the followings you guys have given us over the years, and
all the support.
Yeah, this is a really cool partnership with Mission and Suzuki. They already got stuff up all over their racing pages on their website, so go check them out. Also, stay tuned in for what we're doing here around Vance and Hines. Eddie's been doing a ton of little videos about how things function here in the race shop. And throughout the season, I think I'm going to do some behind the scenes stuff of what we're doing in the trailer and how we're tuning these motorcycles, and maybe do some time lapse stuff and engine change and things like that. So,
Yeah, try and bring you guys more into what we do
under the canopy.
Yeah, under the canopy, inside the ropes. So we appreciate it.
We'll be looking out for that. Thanks for tuning in.